So today what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to run Palworld on the cheapest laptop that I have, which is this Acer Aspire 3 that I got for $265 after tax. Now this is rocking a Ryzen 3 7320U. So this is a 4-core, 8-thread Zen 2 based APU, and it has 8 GB of LPDDR5 memory running at 1500 MHz as RAM. Now the integrated graphics in this is the Radeon 610M. Not exactly a high performer by any means. That is 2 RDNA 2 cores running at 1900 MHz. Your phone right now more than likely has more graphics cores than this iGPU has. Needless to say that this is more than likely going to be a very tough experience, but we're going to try everything possible to try to get it to be playable on this little system. So let's see if we can actually hit those performance numbers that we're trying to see. Right now, I'm at least just trying to get 30. I don't think 60 is going to be within reach, but let's jump right on in. So here we are loaded into the game right now. This is the dedicated server where me and my friends have been playing on. So the server itself is running on a separate computer, and this is just the server where we play on, and this is at the lowest graphic settings. Now we are at the full 1080p resolution though, and as you can see, things are pretty brutal. The iGPU is at 100% utilization, so those 2 little RDNA 2 cores are really stressing themselves out. They are running at their maximum clock speed as well, though you'll see that the CPU is not really doing much at all because it's kind of just waiting on the GPU to actually render anything. So the CPU's kind of just sitting there doing nothing. We are of course also utilizing pretty much all of our RAM immediately, and all we could really get out of this is single-digit levels of performance. This is just a ridiculously cut down iGPU that it's not really able to do much of anything here. In fact, after messing around with so many different settings and just trying to find something that would make this playable on here, the best result that I got was this. This is the game running at the lowest in-game graphics settings with an internal render resolution of 360p being upscaled right now with FSR being injected, because I tried to use the FSR with a 720p resolution and it was still abysmal. I just kept lowering the resolution down more and more until we pretty much got here, and now we're definitely looking at performance that looks almost like a video game, though of course this looks like it's being rendered on a Nintendo DS. In fact, this looks like it would be the most impressive Pokemon game to have ever come out on the Nintendo DS. But unfortunately, it is a brand new title in 2024, and this is on brand new hardware, not a system that came out a decade and a half ago. So needless to say, this game is just not going to be able to become playable on a system like this. This is just way too cut down. And I'm really disappointed that AMD decided that this is going to be the low end of the market, because of the fact that this is not that much better than the performance that we were seeing on things like the 3000G or the 2200G from AMD at this point over 6 years ago. And even back then, the Vega cores that we were looking at was at the bottom end, 3 Vega cores. This is 2 RDNA 2 cores. So yes, they individually each core performs better than Vega did back then, but considering that a half decade has gone by, the performance uplift here is really disappointing to see. And while you go up the performance tier, things definitely start to improve dramatically. It's the bottom end of the market right now that is an absolute disaster, and it makes games like this just not really playable at all. Very disappointing to see. So definitely be careful with what kind of system you're getting out there.